somebody in their eye, but it wasn't really a punch. It was more of a finger to the eye. And then when they grabbed your eye, like, you hit me in my eye, like, let me take a look. And then I hit it again. You ain't never done that? Where you act like, oh, you did something to somebody because they were being a jackass to you. And then when they complain about what you did, like, oh, let me help you. And then you do it again. And then, like,
you fingered an eye?
Wait, yeah, so pretty much. Stooges them. Yeah, see, I grew up with the Stooges. I know you take the one little finger there. And one finger from each hand and you do it. You know, that's where I got it from, was the Stooges.
Wait, why did you finger somebody's eyes?
What did this person do to make you do that to them?
He actually spit in my face.
She?
Okay.
Did you say she?
No, I said it's he. He spit in my face. So I hit him in his eye with my middle finger. I just gave him the middle finger to the eye.
Why did he spit in your face? Hold on. Why did he spit in your face?
Because I told him, well, I guess we were in a disagreement. I said, I said, fuck you then. And he was like, no, fuck you. And he spit in my face. So I hit him in the eye.
I think I'm more concerned with what the disagreement was. Because I feel like there was more to this story than he just spit in your face all of a sudden.
Well, he wasn't, I don't know if remember. That was so long ago. We were children when I did that to him. I was in like high school or something. I just poked the man in the eye, and I was thinking it was a senior high school. I just poked the man in his eye because he spit in my face.
What's getting me is that you repeatedly keep calling it that you punched him in the eye with your finger.
Well,
and did you like rear back and come through, and then like at the last second?
No, it was finger was already up.
So
finger was already up.
Middle finger.
Yeah.
So
I was gonna give him the finger, but as soon as he spit in my face, it was just something in me just saying,
and like reflex. You got up in there, or
I got up in there. I got him right in the middle of it. You know what I'm saying?
And I'm sorry.
Am I the only one that's picturing this in their head as it plays out?
No, we all are, Nikon. So now I gotta ask. So then you said that he was like, you said, oh, let me see. Like, what? Explain that.
Well, when I hit him in the eye, he was like, you motherfucker, you hit me in the eye. I was like, oh, let me see. And then
And he let you?
Yes.
He deserves it. I'm sorry. But if somebody pokes me in the eye and they're like, let me see, I'm not going to be like.
No, he gave me his face and I did it again. I was saying, next time you put something on me, I'm putting everything on you, you know? Like, you know, like.
What are we putting on each other?
I don't know. It's like when someone somebody hit my car, I say, you hit my car again, this car gonna hit you. You know, stuff like that. You know, you put your hands on me, I'm putting my hands on you. I mean, we could be cool.
He put his saliva on you. Did you put your saliva back on?
I didn't get down that dirty.
I don't know. I think I would rather somebody spit at me than ravagely fucking finger my eyeball twice.
I know. I mean, that's not the worst thing. You know, I've actually bit somebody for attacking me. You know, but that was.
Wait, where did you bite him?
In his neck.
You vampired someone? What did they do? What did they do to you?
Actually, that deserved it entirely. He walked up in my apartment and was screaming and yelling at me. And as he walked in my apartment,
vampires don't do that. You had to invite him in.
Nope. He actually came. I was in Virginia at the time, and he came in my apartment.
Did you know him?
He was a neighbor, and at the time, I guess we were apparently passing around this one chick.
What? Hotbox.
Well, he came in my house and he was yelling and screaming at me. And as he was yelling and screaming, he put me in this bear hold. Well, my hands are caught in the front because I was the way I was trying to open the door, see what the hell he was doing, but he already busted through. And I'm trying to push him out because it's my house, right? Well, he put me in the bear hold, and I couldn't get out because most of the times you could pinch the fat, you know, on the tricep and get out. Well, I couldn't reach that, so I started headbutting the dude. And I headbutted him about 2 or 3 times in the bridge of his nose before he decided to put his head back. And he was like, no, fuck you, this, fuck, what would this person think? I said, I don't give a fuck. They don't pay a bill in number 2. And I took a bite out of his neck. And about that time, the police were there, and it took about 15 of them to cuff me. I got 3 cuffs on one hand and 2 cuffs on the other arm. And they're trying to sit there yanking and pulling on me, saying I'm resisting arrest. I'm like, this is my house. He don't belong here.
Was it a woman cop?
No, it was about 15 dudes.
So, Steve and Polly, one other thing you should know is Hotbox has a really large number of encounters with women cops.
I'm getting that sense. Yeah. Just interesting interactions in general.
So
Yeah,
if Hotbox, was this after 1997?
yes, it was.
Okay, so you watched a Tyson Holyfield match and decided that you wanted to try it?
Actually, that was always been my go-to ever since I was a kid.
Was biting?
Yes.
Bugs, how many human beings have you bitten?
In my life, 3.
Wait,
I bit that dude, I bit the nose off of somebody, and I've actually bit my sister.
The entire nose?
No.
Oh, no, not the entire nose. I left a bite mark on there, but I sure had a black jaw.
Hotbox, I call you my best friend, and you've never told me this story.
I knew Naquan was going to
really
crash out because he
feeling
doesn't
away.
know.
You always crash out.
Always giving them more information than you told me. You didn't even invite me to the wedding. I even was willing to let you come to the cookout, and you give them. I felt some kind of way. Let me go.
You know, I didn't know he went on when it happened.
Let me go woosah.
You knew it, Hotbox. You knew he was going to crash out because you're telling stories he hasn't heard before.
real quick, guys, if you want to ask Hotbox a question, you know what to do. Go ahead, help out with that daily goal, and you can ask Hotbox a question. Polly, you're really quiet. I know that you have some interesting questions.
I was going to ask what he does for fun. Whoa. Polly's stuck in the vortex.
Babe, we didn't pull him all the way through.
We're definitely bringing Hotbox through every single portal. Wow.
I'm really intrigued now. I'm in here. So I'm just like, what do you do for fun, Hotbox? Like, what are your hobbies?
My hobbies? I got some good hobbies. You know, I like to make some music. I like to play with electrical stuff. I like to, play in my yard with, my son, and we do stuff together.
Nice. How old's your son, if you don't mind telling me?
He just turned 10 in November.
That's awesome. That's a great age. I'm into music too, my guy. Like, do you play instruments?
I'm actually teaching myself how to play this guitar, but I haven't. Only instrument I ever really played was a piano back when I was a child.
Hotbox, what was your YouTube channel again?
HP7 Vlogs.
HP7 Vlogs.
So he's a producer.
Nice.
Go check out his stuff.
Check it out right now.
It is a thing to experience. Someone put it in the chat.
HP7 Vlogs. Somebody write that in the chat.
Hotbox, have you gotten your grill out of the vent yet?
No, I haven't. I'm working on other projects. Because I'm working on other projects right now in the house.
But shouldn't getting 14 karat gold out of the vent fucking be a top priority?
Yeah, but the cost it take to get it out the vent versus the cost it took just to have another one made. I got to weigh the options. But right now I'm tearing up floors in my house, so maybe I'll get lucky and get pretty close to it.
I feel you. I really want Steve and Nikki and Polly to hear about the cop that pulled you over that couldn't read.
Yeah, so I was driving down. It was right before dusk. And she wasn't even in the city when she started following me. She wasn't in the city she represents. So when she's following me down the road and we cross over the line, she pulled me over. And said, well, this is how she approached me. She says, I can't read. And I was like, what? And she's like, I can't read your license plate. I'm like, I'm sorry, that's not my problem. But, reading is fundamental, right? So I'm thinking maybe she is not literate, But I never had somebody come and tell me up to me and saying they couldn't see something and tell me they couldn't read it.
The cop came up to him and said, yo, I can't read your plate. And he goes, it's not my problem you're illiterate.
I didn't say she was illiterate, but I told her I couldn't help her. You know, that's not something I was told I was responsible for. You know.
Hotbox, why couldn't she see your license plate?
Yeah, that was my question.
Well, it could have been many of reasons, but
We know the reason. You've told us.
one of them was because she said one of my lights was out on my license plate. But bright as that thing is, I don't see how you couldn't read all of the letters from one light. But then it could have been, you know, the fact that she was traveling down the highway with a laptop on with a blue light already shining in her face, you know, and also a red dome light shining in her face, and she's trying to read something through a slightly tinted windshield on the car in front of her, you know.
Okay.
I mean, all those can be valid reasons.
Yeah, absolutely. Steve,
But-
Polly?
But maybe like so she could read it, but she just couldn't see it, right?
Right. So that's what she meant, and that's what she clarified when I guess the other cop came, and she said that she told him she couldn't see, but she told me she couldn't read.
Got it. Were there any biting incidences with this encounter?
No, I don't really mess with the police like that.
That's good.
Oh, do not lie. Do not
No,
lie to
see,
Steve.
not on purpose.
Hotbox, really?
Not on
What
purpose.
happened? What happened? Okay, that was your first encounter with a female cop. What happened with your second encounter with a female cop?
Now she probably don't want to admit it, but I was being nice to her the whole entire time. From the time she told me to get out the car, and she was detaining me, and she wanted me to put me in the back of her police cruiser.
And why
And-
were you detained?
Okay, she said I had a warrant for my arrest, but I mean, besides that, you know, I had some White Castles the night before, and you know, White Castles is like a clock. Stomach.
Clock in your stomach. Yep.
There's
Right, and eventually they all gotta, you know, make their exit, and they like to do it as gas first.
The
And
warning
the
sign.
whole time, you know, when she first got in the car, I asked her to roll down the windows, and she didn't want to roll down the windows. She was actually being kind of, I don't know, mean, I guess you could say, disrespectful maybe. But she was not trying to, you know, I understand how police be like, no, we can't do that because, you know, people probably ask for weird things all the time, you know.
Sure.
Rolling down the window shouldn't be one of them. Especially when you got a cage on there, so I'm handcuffed behind my back and I'm actually to roll the window down. How am I trying to escape, you know?
Is this the origin of your name?
No, the origin was because we used to, the guys and I, we used to get together a lot and we'll smoke
Yeah.
the Mary Jane.
But he
Sure.
did. But
Yeah,
he
what
did
was
get
your
a
nickname?
He
What
did
was
get
your
a
nickname?
from this incident.
Oh,
What was the nickname?
yeah, they call me the gas man. You know, I gave her the gas chamber.
Yeah. Sure.
In the back of her own. And I asked her to roll the window down. At first, she said we couldn't, but when that smell tagged her nose and introduced itself, well, she rolled all the windows down. And then she was talking about she was going to unalive me too. And I had to whisper to her, "You're on camera," just because I didn't want her to think that she was going to create a little national incident. And she was like, "Not literally, but you stink." And I was like, "I'm sorry," you know.
White Castle. What am I supposed to do? Right? I get it.
Right.
Yeah.
That was not the worst part. You know, when she took me to her precinct, she put me in this little room by myself with a little drawer. And because they were still, I was still defecating, the smell.
Wait. You started shitting?
No, but the smell was coming and it wasn't stopping. You just know the actual solids were about to come.
Okay.
I'm trying to hurry her up, but she wants to do everything through a little box in the wall. Like, here, sign these papers. Here, all right. Now we got to take you across the street. Across the street was the county line. the door. And then the smell greeted her. And then at that point, she did a little hex or spell or something right there for all those demons that were trying to leave that place. And she left the door open and let the smell wander through GP. And she ran back to her desk to grab something, some freshener to freshen up.
Wait, you said she did a spell?
That's what it looked like. She was
like a White Castle exorcism kind of thing.
You know how when you walk into something, you're like, damn right. But you don't want to be, but you're Christian, so you want to say something like, like a prayer or something, because you just, found yourself face to face with a demon, right? The devil or anything. But she definitely said some type of prayer or, something right there.
Like, was it like in nomine patri et filii et spiritus sancti, or
it was pretty close to that, Like she knew she was
she tried to bless herself. Steve,
you grew up, yes.
Yeah, you grew up in Catholic school and everything, right?
Sure did.
Have you ever seen a Catholic or a Christian try to put a hex or spell on anything to kind of clear the air?
Actually, I have.
Holy fuck! What?
Yeah, there would vacation Bible school. Actually, there was this. This is Hotbox's time here, but long story short, there was an area of this campus that we were not allowed to go to because of one particular person who had some challenges in their life, we'll say, who literally tried to exorcise everyone that was there.
Oh, dear God.
Because we were all possessed.
IBS at VBS.
Because we were all possessed, apparently. So, sadly, yes, I can relate to the story. Minus the White Castle.
Polly, how you feeling?
Doing good. Sorry, I took me a second to get here. I've been listening though. One, what were the warrants for? Two, why and when did you bite your sister? Okay, I feel like we just bypassed both of those things, and I'm not okay with ignoring those.
Hold on,
okay?
How are you asking about the sister and not the person whose nose he bit off?
Nope, not worried about that. I can justify that in my head somehow. I'm still worried. I'm much more worried about the sister. Okay,
great. We were like real young. I think she was like 16 or 17. I might have been like 20, 21.
You were a grown ass man and bit your sister.
You were an adult.
Yep.
Sorry, that was my third question. How old are you?
I'm 41 now.
Hotbox, I was on your side because I know sisters be annoying. Definitely when you're younger than them. But you was older than the sister.
Yeah, my sister has never been one to listen to reason. And when she doesn't get her way, she
Just the biting. It's a justified biting.
All right, tell us how it started. Tell us how.
Well, we were I was watching something on TV. And then her and her boyfriend, they come and they sit down, they take over the remote. When I had got up, you left the room. I probably went to use the bathroom or got some drink. I don't remember, but I left the room. When I came back, the show wasn't on. They were watching something else. So I'm trying to change it back. Well, they don't want to change it back. And when I took the remote, she came up and she pushed me and took the remote out of my hand. So I pushed her and I took it back. Well, that's when she threw the punch. And I went to go grab her, because she was throwing punches. Well, she decided she was going to put me in a headlock, so I bit her. And that's when she let me go and she punched me again.
Can I just let you know that situation, up until the punching and biting part, has happened to every pair of siblings ever in the history of ever? But normally they don't end up with like headlocks and biting and throwing punches. You realize that, right?
Right, yeah.
Right. I'm not trying to hurt my sister because, I think I had just got out the service and she was on her way to go in or something.
Wait, hold on. Time out. Time out.
Hold on, Paul.
Time out.
Now I'm more.
You served?
Yeah, he's a veteran. But now I want to know more. How the hell did she manage to get you in a headlock?
Because I was trying to pull the remote. I wasn't going after her. I was going back for the remote. And so I was, a lot of times when my sister, even my little brother,
where
when
did
they
you bite her at?
That meat between her armpit and her chest.
Between
that
her
part
armpit,
hurt. I know where he's talking about.
Collarbone area.
No, right here.
Rib
Right
area.
there,
Go
right.
a little bit further. Put your
Go
arm back.
like
There.
your side
Put your
boob.
arm up.
You bit
Right.
side
How
boob?
did you bite her side?
Right here. Yeah, right
Like,
there.
yeah, like the side boob. Yeah.
Yeah, right there.
You
Right where
bit a
the
woman
veins are
on.
at.
You bit your
Yeah.
sister on the side boob.
Side boob. Okay.
Boob is just boob, okay? Like it's just a side of it. I don't know why we're just sounding like that's not a freaking big deal. Okay, like I don't.
Why are men talking about women's bodies like I don't have my own?
No, it's not that you said that. It's that everybody was like, "Oh, it's just side boob." Like everybody was like cool with it. It's like, "Oh, it's not like the front, so it's on the side, so that's okay." Like, what are we talking about here?
No. So here's
Side boobs matter.
So you bit your sister on the side boob.
In the boob. He bit her in the boob. Why are we saying side? He bit her in the boob.
I'm just for location area, so that. But
We're drawing a map.
You asked his service, Paul.
Yeah, I was in the Navy. I was a nuke electrician, so I had
I'm sorry, you were a what?
a nuke electrician.
Okay.
An electric. What kind of electrician?
I had a nuclear engineer background as an electrician because my job was to not only monitor the reactor, but also generate power from it.
Gotcha. How long did you serve?
About 4.5 years.
Cool. Sub
Thank
guy?
you for your service.
No, I was surface.
You were service?
What ship were you on?
I was on a carrier called the Truman.
What was your motto?
Give them hell, and the buck stops here.
Yeah, this all tracks. Okay. By the way, if any of y'all are in here that are Navy, I have shit fucking rights for like a long time. Just thought I'd let you guys know. Like anybody that's in here, why'd you get out? 4.5 years is a strange time. Why'd you get out?
Well, one, because my boat was in dry dock, and there were no billets open for me to advance in my last, remaining time. And so they asked me, if you want to go, you can, because you're pretty much useless at this point. So I left. And because I didn't finish the rest of my extension I had signed, well, I got a general discharge instead of an honorable.
Yeah, so screw a text that he got out for biting a crew member.
But like everything you said is just like not how things work.
Well, it was under Bush, when Bush was in office.
Yeah, that still doesn't change anything. I'm so confused. If they asked you to get out and you're out, then that would have been an honorable discharge. If you got a general discharge, that means there was a reason for an administrative action that caused that general discharge. So therefore, you would have had to have done stuff. And your boat being in dry dock does not constitute an ability to completely take away your contract or take away your enlistment. So all of that is bullshit.
Did you do something?
What'd you do?
Yeah, he did something. If he went for a general, he did something.
The only thing I ever was caught doing was not being at muster on time. And a lot of those times was because I was somewhere else I was told to be.
How many times?
Oh, yeah, he explained
At
this.
least
Yeah.
twice. One time I was actually on watch. So when they did muster, even though I was relieved late, I missed muster because I should have been there at that muster. But I was still on watch at that time. And they never went to go check my story. They just said, well, you missed muster here, sign this right up.
I've never heard of a singular military person being like pretty much late for formation and getting kicked out because of it. No, it's never like I've never heard of that.
Another one
in
was
any
because I made a fuss about that. Because I was signing up and made a fuss about that. Well, now they decided they were going to stop me from qualifying certain watch stations or delay my qualification to those watch stations in those surface warfare, medals you're trying to get and stuff like that. So as they kept doing it, well, now they're saying, okay, now you're delinquent in this qual, and they had me in 2 other quals running at the same time, not letting me know that these are running consecutively, even though they told me you need to focus on this one and get this one done first. And so when I went in, I voiced my opinion about that. They said, that doesn't matter. They put you in it like this. I said, that's not how they represent.
Can you elaborate on I voiced my opinion?
When I voiced my opinion, like when I told, we had a shift change with the leadership. First, it was our master chiefs, and then it was our department heads. And when I first got wrote up about this, because he's the one that wrote me up about it, I was like, well, how am I supposed to know I'm supposed to be doing 2 quals consecutively when they told me I'm only supposed to focus on this qualification? That's not even part of our division. And he was like, I don't know. But I'm saying, but yet I'm supposed to be running.
Here's the problem, Hotbox. Okay, like first of all, let me be very clear. You were obviously in the military, and I'm not saying you weren't.
Right.
You know way too much information to say you weren't in the military. Your reason for getting out is bullshit.
You don't think so? That's because when they stop you from qualifying quals, you could get in trouble from that. You know,
you can for failure to advance 100%, but that's not based off of what you're saying. You either got a failure to advance, a failure to adapt. Okay, one of those two things, and both of those things actually make sense with this conversation.
You think so? Probably a failure to adapt, but it wasn't me failure to adapt because when I was on my boat, we made 2 battle weeks.
It was their fault, Paulie.
Yeah, it was definitely the Navy's fault. Yes, 100%.
Well, it's not, I'm not saying it was their fault either, but I know there was somebody's fault there because
was there a
the year after I got out, my boat actually failed its ORS exam. So they had to redo that just to keep their qualification to operate. Well,
what rank were you?
Huh?
What rank were you?
I was an EM3.
Okay, awesome. You're not getting fired because of both of those quals.
You think so? Well, it
I
did.
know so.
Well, it sure did because I knew how to do everything in there, and
apparently not enough to get qualified.
Well, I knew how to do it.
Anyways,
just couldn't
we're digressing, and that's fine. I don't want to have this conversation. That's fine. You were talking about the cop who apparently can't read. You said apparently you had warrants. What were the warrants for?
Brad, I've got to drop. My daughter just got home.
I was actually.
See you guys out later. Have a great night, everybody.
Later, Steve.
Yeah, and just to take a minute here, guys, let's make sure you're tapping the screen, sharing out the live. Everyone should get to meet Hotbox. And let's get that goal down. It is $2 to Brett's Cash App or Venmo, cross 0524, to ask a question. Yeah, to ask a question. So make sure you're working on that goal.
So much for not bringing up this. It's actually my 3rd account.
Anniversary tomorrow.
Yeah, by the way, Hotbox, I don't know if I introduced it correctly, but this is my wife, Nikki, right here.
Hi, Nikki. I kind of figured I was putting the pieces together, you know.
Dude, let's go. W for that because a lot of people come up here and don't realize, even though, you know, we share this.
Yeah, I heard you guys talking about the portal, so that's kind of how my string theory little story was going.
Please explain it.
It was about a group of, it was about different characters that you get to know, and you get to either hate or love, and they all meet their demise and come to a crossroad where they're, for whatever reason, you know, they're meeting their creator, and he's rolling out their life like a movie reel, and showing them, I guess you should say, passing judgment, providing wisdom. And, you know, how people have certain things, they ambitions, fears, insecurities, whatever you want to call them. They have those when they approach him, and there's, you know, want to change something, either how they end or whatever. And then some of them, instead of deciding to change, you know, the way they succumb, they decided they were going to go back to their childhood and change certain events. So certain events never happened. It was like a whole Mandela effect that happens after that. Because, we heard or we thought, you know, or something like that.
And what do you call this theory?
String theory.
The string theory. How does it get the name, the string theory?
Because, you know, string theory is supposed to be like that theory in science that relates quantum mechanics to general relativity, you know, by how things interact subatomically to, you know, at the edges of a black hole, you know. So I thought that'd be a pretty cool thing because that's what kind of like a Groundhog Day kind of theme, you know.
Yeah.
There's a few movies like that. You know, Jumanji, where at the end they won the game and they go back to when they were kids.
So me and Nikki are in Jumanji. I kind of like that idea.
I mean, apparently you got to finish the game, man. Maybe rewrite the future.
I feel you.
One final question, and I got to drop for a bit because I got to eat. I haven't had dinner yet. Bro, what do you want, man?
Mary Jane.
That's it?
Yeah, that's it.
Polly,
because I feel like you're on like a whole other level, bro. What's up, Trisha? Sorry.
I was going to say, I think you and Nikki missed a really fundamental part of this story. Hotbox, are you a sovereign citizen?
Of course, I'm in charge of me, man.
Not even going to go there. Not even.
Nobody want to go there.
I did miss that, Trisha. You're right.
Paulie, real quick. W in the chat to Stasia. Stasia said, I decided it's pick on Paulie Day. Turn his camera off.
That's fine. I'm totally okay with that.
I can't even turn my camera on. How you get that?
Thank goodness. The fact you're a sovereign citizen does make a lot of sense, and I would love to go down that road. That's totally cool, but I have to eat, and I have poke here, so I'm gonna go eat.
Yeah, you go
and
eat.
I will talk to you guys later. This is wild.
Later.
Nice to meet you, Hotbox.
Hotbox, what'd you do for your wife for Valentine's Day?
I did nothing. To tell you the truth.
What?
No. But this past Sunday, we actually went out of town, tried to beat the snowstorm out, and come back. And we went to this place called Log Inn. It's a restaurant.
Is that the opposite of what you were doing in that cop car when you were pushing the log out?
I guess so, but this is actually a famous place in Indiana. It's like one of the oldest, I guess, restaurants in the state.
What kind of food did they serve?
It's Southern food too. They had this deal there where it was like you bring 3 people, you get this family dinner.
Hotbox, did you drive north for Southern food?
I drove east.
Did you take your kids? You just have a son, right? Or do you have a daughter too?
Yeah.
So did you take 3 people? Did you get the deal?
Yes, we did.
Okay. But
Nice.
why didn't you do anything for Valentine's Day? Did you buy her roses or anything?
Nope.
Yo, W's in the chat to Bex. No roses or nothing?
Not.
Did you get her some indestructible shoes?
No, I ain't get her nothing.
Why not?
Did you get the kids anything?
I took my son shopping, and he went and got some candy because he had a Valentine's Day party at his school.
Target is facing more backlash than Walmart.
And then he got a pillow, a little heart-shaped pillow, and gave it to his mom.
Aw.
But I had to buy it, so.
Well, obviously, he's 10.
Yeah, but yeah.
What should okay, Bucks. So tomorrow is my anniversary. What should I do for Nikki?
That depends on what your wife likes to do.
Well, just an overall thing. What would you do on your anniversary?
My anniversary is on the solstice, so maybe go out of town.
Summer or winter?
Summer.
Summer, solstice, okay. Go out of town. Where would you go?
See, from here, probably the Ozarks.
The Ozarks. That's a little bit too far and out of my price range.
I know. No, it's not. Now, if you I found some like bed and breakfast type for like $44 a night.
Yeah, but gas and all that driving up to the Ozarks.
Texas, so for you, I don't know. Yeah, where's a nice place out in Texas? Only place I go down there is south of Houston. Go visit my mom.
Okay.
Hotbox, do you cook?
Yes, I do.
What's your favorite? What's your favorite meal to make for your wife?
Favorite meal to make? I like to barbecue a lot, so I like making steaks, cooking steaks. I make some mean smelling potatoes.
And real quick, I gotta ask Chat, why the fuck is Izzy still up here? What's up, Izzy?
Wait, it's their anniversary tomorrow. We need to knock this goal out.
Take Nikki to the Alamo. We've been to the Alamo.
You ever go to Waco?
times.
You know, Brett,
The fuck?
You ever go to Waco?
To like see like the Branch Davidian's place?
Sure.
go watch a Baylor game.
Ew. Baylor?
That's the only thing I know over in
Cowboys
the only
fan.
thing.
Shut up.
Only thing I know in Waco is Baylor, and Dr. Pepper comes from there.
I knew it was a reason to have a problem with you. You drink Dr. Pepper.
Oh wait, hold on, Naquan. Hold on. What's up? I mean, I'm not gonna dispute it or anything because I like my invitation. But what you got against Dr. Pepper?
I don't know. It tastes too much like root beer for me.
It's prune juice.
That's because
Like,
I'm not
you
a
don't
big
like
fan
root
of
beer?
root beer.
It's
No.
prune juice. That's the only thing. It's prune
I've
juice.
had
That's
it.
his base.
I'm sorry, Dr. Pepper is prune juice?
Yes. That's his base. Look it up. Yeah,
That's different.
It is. It is.
I had no idea.
Yeah, that's why if you drink Dr. Pepper more, you go to the restroom more.
I also did not know this.
But
I thought that's just because caffeine's a diuretic.
That's
That too.
that too.
So
But
it's
the
like
only
it's like a
time I've
triple
had
punch
root
right
beer
here.
break, and the first time was with a root beer float, and I think that ruined it, root beer for me.
Naquan.
I like root beers.
I'm not, like I said, I'm not going to disagree because I don't want the drive-by plate. But I would ask you kindly, kind sir, if you would rethink that and maybe try it a few more times.
I'll give it another try.
Thank you.
This is what I'd say. Don't
Go
do
for me
like
too,
the
Nick.
grocery store A&W root beer. Like, go to the store and find like one of those nice root beers and try that. I think you might like it better.
Add a little SoCo with it.
God damn it, Hotbox. That's how he ended up at the island of Rikers last time.
Wait, so cool.
Yeah.
Southern Comfort.
Yeah, I know what it is. I didn't know anybody outside of New York or Maryland called it that though.
Bro, it's SoCo.
Cause I drink it with lime juice,
That's cool too.
either lime juice or lemon juice.
Root beer, Dr. Pepper.
All right, hold on. So I need to hear more stories now, though. So you said you've done some crazy shit. So you've bit 3 people. One person you bit his nose off. One person you bit your sister's side.
I'm sorry, you keep skating by this casually. How? Please explain why you bit someone's nose off.
Because he had pushed me up against the wall, was in my face yelling and stuff, and talking about what he was going to do. So I bit him. I mean, that was the only thing I could do, you know.
Okay.
I just let him know I was down. I was down if he was down. You know what I'm saying?
So you couldn't get to your shoe?
No, but I didn't come up with that until like later. It was something I was taught. You know.
Wait, who taught you about the shoe?
The shoe wasn't about it being the shoe. It's just about being the closest item around you. You grab it and you.
I thought you had like a fucking
The shoe,
like
but
a
it don't.
Mr.
But
Miyagi with boots or something.
I mean, I know, but it doesn't matter if it's on the ground. It could be in your shoe. What if I just took your shoe? I just grabbed you by your leg, took your shoe off, and
Then I'm taking my other one off and uppercutting you in the handle. Don't take my
Well,
shoes.
yeah. Now you changed the playing field right there, right? You just leveled it.
You damn sure did. I just leveled it. It's Kung Shu. Exactly, evil.
There you go. There you go.
Okay, so you've bit 3 people. Vampire bite, nose bite, side boob bite. You have fingered a man's eyeball twice in rapid succession. You have beat somebody with a fucking shoe. What other crazy shit have you
Is it
done?
violence? No, that's probably my deal on violence.
That's it. I don't believe that. I'm sorry.
I don't do much to people. A lot of times I let them get away with it because a lot of times it's a felony when I react.
What?
Right.
What is the craziest thing you've ever done?
I've ever done? To myself?
Sure. Even better.
All right. I used to have this newspaper route, and I used to deliver a bunch of newspapers every night.
As one does with the newspaper route.
right? Well, a lot of times when I do, I'm in my car and I just get out and I hit a few houses and I go down the street.
Mhm.
Well, it was along this beach area where I usually do, and not knowing how the yard was set up, I was throwing some papers right at their door because we have to porch them. That is a reg in the city. You have to porch all the papers. Well, as I'm running through the yards and I'm, throwing them like they're like tomahawks, right? Just
You were straight overhanding, just flat.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And making it. And I see my car right there. I only had like a few houses left. And I hit this house. I see this little 2-foot stone wall. I'm like, okay, I could make this no problem, right? Running full speed. I went to go hurdle that wall. It's about a good 20-foot drop on the other side. And I actually could not make it to the other wall because it's as wide as like a big truck trying to go down there. It was somebody's driveway that goes down like that. And I jumped that wall there and didn't make it to the other side because they realized it was a drop in between and actually broke my foot.
Did you finish the route?
Yes, I did. But it took me about another hour to do it because I was walking on a broke foot.
I'm sorry, did you just say you Wile E. Coyote'd yourself off a wall?
Yes, I did. I landed heel first on my left foot and toes on my right foot. And I felt that shockwave go from my heel all the way up to my crown.
Yikes.
Have you ever stolen copper wiring?
Stolen it?
Yeah.
You mean like going to somebody's house and take it deliberately? No.
Okay. Have you
I've always
ever...
got permission.
Okay. Have you taken any catalytic converters?
No, I don't do that.
Do you know where they're at?
On a car? Yes.
Okay. Could you, if needed to?
What, take a catalytic converter off?
Mm-hmm.
Proper way or the...
To quick cash?
Quick cash? Yeah, sure.
Okay. Okay. So why have you deliberately taken people's copper wire?
Because, well, usually I'm an electrician, so usually when I see it and I'm doing something, I ask to keep it.
What do you use the copper wire for, mostly?
Recycling it. I use it on little projects of my own.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Izzy, you got any questions?
I never know what to ask Hotbox.
Do you know that, so Naquan has you and Hotbox both getting the drive-through plate, right?
I know.
Okay.
Well, no, because last time that we played Faz, you said that Hotbox had gotten his invite taken away.
Well, that's under dispute.
Okay.
And we can't talk about that. Him and Hector were going at it.
Gotcha.
That's between them.
And we doing pineapples in the potato salad, right?
Oh, dear God. Not that again.
Bob, see, I keep trying to save you. I keep trying to save you. I keep trying to
You
save
guys
you.
never asked me why I don't like raisins, but that's what's crazy.
Wait, is there...
We all know why nobody likes raisins.
Well, you know what? I used to like raisins until we moved into this neighborhood, and it was already filled with roaches. And every time the city came through and cleaned out their sewer, they would come up through the sewer. So a lot of...
Why do I feel like this is going to be one of them plucking roaches out the cereal box stories?
It is.
Hold on, before we get to that. Yo, guys, huge fucking W's for Shane right there for knocking out a fucking huge goddamn chunk of our daily. Huge fucking W's to Shane.
All right, Shane. Raisins are the most trifling thing aside from Twinkies.
See,
Much love, Shane.
I don't mind. I don't
But
mind.
when you got a roach infestation and you're trying to control it, maintain it, and get rid of it, yeah, eventually they go into like your cereal boxes and any other like boxes you leave open.
Wait. Because now I'm thinking. So did you know it was there, and did you accidentally eat one when you were grabbing for?
I don't know if I actually ate any. I just know one time I was eating Raisin Bran, and I looked down at my spoon, and I realized this raisin that was floating wasn't a raisin. It was like a little baby one.
Oh, you definitely ate one.
And I was like, oh man, so I threw it away, but
You absolutely ate one.
gross.
It
I was
wasn't
grossed
just
out,
raisins,
but yeah,
it
the
was
song
Raisin
says
Bran.
you eat bugs all the time and all the food that is processed. So, like it or not,
I mean, there's an acceptable level of
Have you
But
ever
that's
ate,
crazy
have
that
you ever
there's an
ate dog
acceptable
biscuits?
level to that stuff. You know,
No,
what I'm saying?
I've got a real question. Have you ever ate dog biscuits? Don't
No,
lie to me. Hotbox?
No, never ate dog biscuits.
Not once.
Not one.
have you ever eaten dog food?
No.
Not even as a kid?
Nope, I did not. Everybody else in my family has tried it, but I was never one to try the kibble.
You know what? Good for you. You might be the first man I've met who did not try dog food as a child.
Shockingly, my nephew was one of those type of people.
That tried it or didn't try it? I haven't
No,
tried it.
he used to eat the dog food. My nephew, shockingly,
Well, hold on, a question: the kibble or the wet
Baby
food?
train?
the dry food.
Okay.
He used to sit there and take the dry food out of his grandmother's dog bowl and eat it, and
Okay, well, all right. So you asked what you told us the craziest thing you've ever done to yourself. What's the craziest thing that has ever happened to you, aside from a guy with a Birkin bag fucking mollywopping you in the eye?
I mean, the earliest I can remember, I think I was real young. Like one of my first memories was of this little kid that used to torture us at this little daycare we were at, and it was really just an old lady who ran a daycare out of her house, and we were in her backyard, and he used to try to run us over with the bike, and it used to hurt like hell. So one day he ran over some kids with the bike, and they all screaming and yelling, and apparently it was my turn, and I jumped out the way. Well, when I jumped out the way, he hit. Apparently behind me, there was a sandbox. So when I jumped out the way, I jumped into the sandbox. He didn't see it. He hits the sandbox. He falls off his bike. Well, he doesn't fall into the sand. He falls onto the concrete. And he's claiming he broke something. Well, me being, a little innocent 4-year-old, I was trying to put the man back to what, a body's supposed to look like, right? Your arms go this way, not this way. Same thing with his legs. And every time I was moving it, he was screaming more in agony, right? But there's another kid over there trying to help me, right? But that was up until the kid's mom comes out and sees him on the ground yelling and screaming like that and thought I had did it to him.
And you didn't have no part in it?
I moved. I was trying to help the kid. He was doing it to himself. Because all them kids were out there, crying from him hurting them. So when it came his time, he got hurt. They thought I did it. I'm like, no, I was just trying to help the kid. But apparently, he was in so much pain, she thought I actually hurt her boy.
Okay, so then what happened?
Well, her and I, we got into a little, she trying to spank me, I guess whoop me for whatever she thought I had did.
Wait, it was
trying to stop her.
The kid's mom? It wasn't.
Yes.
It wasn't the babysitter.
No, she was still the babysitter.
Oh, so the babysitter had a fucking foul ass kid that would run over y'all?
Yes.
Okay.
And so she's trying to whip my ass. I'm trying to stop her. I'm trying to let her know he did that to himself. Well, so as she's trying to whip me, I'm scratching her. I was biting her. I was doing whatever I could to her every time she touched me. And which really made my mom mad because my mom, this was right around like a few minutes before my mom was even supposed to come and pick me up. And when she get there, well, I'm sitting in the back of a police car because she called the police because I was attacking her too. So she was attacking me and I was attacking her. So Whatever story she told the police officer thought it was a good idea to throw me in the back of the police car. He didn't even cuff me. He just put me back there. And so I'm sitting there. I don't even know what's going on. But this is after, we done fought. We done fought it out inside her house. And I guess the police officer, he's the first to show up to the scene when you need paramedics, right? Because I guess someone eventually was like, let's call the ambulance.
How old were you?
I was like 4 years old.
You got. Oh, continue.
Yeah, and that's my first interaction with the police ever, was being thrown back in a police car like that.
Why does it seem like all of your cop stories involve you and women?
I don't know. Well, women like to call the police on men. That's what it is.
Oh, come on. Don't fuck it up for us, Hotbox.
Please don't ruin this.
Don't ruin this for us, Hotbox. Don't do that. I'm going to ask some questions. Now we're going to get very therapeutic. Do you have mother issues?
No, I actually love my mom.
You love your mom? You go visit her a lot?
Every so often, either she comes up here or I go down there.
She lives in Texas, right?
Yep.
South of Houston. Have you ever lived in Texas?
No, I've been down there to visit a few times.
Why did your moms end up moving to Texas?
Because she got tired of being around.
You?
No, stuff that was going up here. She had just got over a marriage, and she was about to marry a new guy, so that's where they decided to move to, start a new life.
Okay. I feel you.
Well, that's great because when I was young, around that same age, my mom got this fever, and it ain't broke since.
Wait,
what?
Yeah,
your mom has had a fever for like 40 years, 30 years.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on, that might be a world record.
This is gonna go someplace weird.
From whatever jungle she was in,
This would make an interesting TV series.
What, Jungle Fever?
No, just the whole story, everything.
She's had the jungle fever for like my whole life, so I guess so.
Now we're done. It's over.
No more Hotbox. God damn it.
Nope.
That's why we can't have nice things.
I mean, if you